I ended up paying for the divorce. Like during the marriage, we got this car, and I, of course, co-signed it. We were married, so I co-signed it. Our divorce paper said, he's the one supposed to pay for it. Blah 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 blah. But
We got Brittany on the show today.
hey,
How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's something I was considering, the reason why I came up with the theme for today. Today we're going to talk about being married,
Word.
right? And you've been married before.
Yes.
We see in the comments all the time, we trying to get relationship advice and shit. People say, y'all need to talk to married people or whatever. So we're going to get right into it.
Okay.
Why do you hate marriage?
Oh.
Because you said you'll never get married again on one of these shows. I don't know which one it was.
So I don't think I hate it. I think for real, just from my experiences, I don't know that I want to do it again.
Yeah.
Because like I had a marriage that was almost 2 years long, and I dealt with some things that I didn't feel like I needed to deal with.
Yeah.
And that kind of just turned me off. I just feel like for real, you really need to get to know your partner, for one. Because if you don't, and you move too fast, which I am guilty of, you end up in a world of hurt.
Right.
Like, me and my ex-husband, we met, got to know each other, but definitely not enough. Like, I think we married like after 6 months, which clearly you don't know nobody that fast, for real. But like, we go through the motions, we doing okay. Then you got this kid that comes up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I had a kid already. He knew about my kid. He knew my baby daddy. All that. I mean, they didn't know each other, but I'm saying they had met and all that before I got married. This, you literally got a kid sprung up on you.
Yeah.
Like, your ex, baby mama, whatever, ain't never say nothing until you decided to get married.
So he didn't know about the kid either?
He didn't know about the kid either. That's what he said.
Oh, gotcha.
So this kid comes out of nowhere, 12 years old. You've been married almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And you're immediately like called stepmom, whatever. No DNA test yet. Just you her stepmama. I know that's my kid. Whatever.
Almost like he wanted the kid type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Which I get that. But me being your wife, I feel like you should have still been like, let me, get these results so you'll feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
But instead, it seemed like it was more of a bashing there.
Yeah.
Like,
On his end.
On his end. Like, when I said what I said, like, just get a test first. It's like, oh, you're so horrible. I don't want my daughter to ever be around you, blah, 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 blah. When all I asked for was a simple DNA test. Like,
You the wife at this point. What you mean you don't want your daughter to be around?
right.
Yeah.
Like, am I really that bad of a person? Why did you marry me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It was something.
Yeah. So for him to jump to like, all right, because a 2-year marriage at this point, like that's a bond, at least somewhat of a bond. Was it already like a buildup of other things up until this point to make him just go straight for the jugular when you just laid your shit out there? All you did was put your boundaries out there, and he went straight for the jugular. I don't want her to be around you.
Yeah. So after we got married, we lived with my mom for a little bit. But once we finally moved into our own space and things like that, it seemed like, I don't know, things were a little bit nitpicky. And then like, sometimes things could be a little demeaning when it came to certain things.
Yeah.
Like, get a better job, or let's work on losing weight, or whatever. Which, of course, I've always had weight issues, whatever. I get it. But like, you get a better job than me, then you start to like kind of be some kind of way, kind of be more pushy, which yes, you want somebody that will drive you, but not somebody that's gonna like want to argue with you and stuff about it.
Right.
Rather, just let's have talks. Let's see what we can do. Let's plan. But I don't know. I just feel like the way I am, maybe I took it wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody has their side of the story. But to me, it felt kind of demeaning. It felt like, it wasn't really something that I wanted to do. And like I said, I should have gotten to know him better. At least that's how I feel at this point.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the times with us, I'm guilty of this myself, is about delivery. But when it's trial and error, and I think you hit it on the head. Y'all kind of got involved too quick. But if you had took the time to actually know each other, he would know like, all right, I can't say this to her because it'll hurt her feelings.
Right.
I just had a situation just the other day where I said something to the mother of my child. It was basically I was saying that I jumped to conclusions on a situation involving our son or whatever, and I was just too like, and she started to cry. That's something that she don't do. She never cry. I've only seen her cry like 3 times ever. And so she started to cry. And when I seen that, I'm like, oh, let me take a step back because she don't cry. I must really be hurting her feelings right now. And she told me, you hurt my feelings. You be too quick to jump to the, and I can see how you can view it as demeaning. I think at that moment it was up to him as your man to address it, no?
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm the type of person, like, you never really know what a person has gone through in their past that might trigger something else.
Right.
So it's kind of important to pay attention to that and like get to know that side of a person too before you really jump into a relationship, whatever. Be their friend first. Really, really get to know them because this world is messed up right now.
Yeah. And they even play devil's advocate. That same goes for him. Maybe he grew up in a home or a situation where it was acceptable to that tough love type of thing. Maybe he grew up in that and he was like, that's how shit's supposed to be because that's the thing that motivates me or whatever. But then as men, we be sensitive as hell too.
Right.
Because the moment we get that tough love back, it be like, damn,
Y'all
she
can't
ain't
take
riding
it.
for me.
Right. Or, ooh, you too hard.
Yeah.
Which me, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely am a harder female now because of the things that I've experienced. Not just in my marriage, but like I've had long relationships too. Like with my baby daddy, we were together for years.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that was probably my most successful relationship outside of my marriage. Which I feel like it was probably more successful. It was longer than my marriage, and we've been best friends for like ever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, things fail. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard.
Would you ever want to be back with your baby daddy?
No. No. I love him to death. That's my, like, for real, that's like my best friend. We've been friends since I was 12 or 13. But, no.
Yeah. Me and the mother of my child been locked in for probably about 12 years now. And she pretty much said the same thing to me not too long ago. Like, we was just on the phone. She started laughing. She was like, dude, I'll never get back with you. I was like,
Like, we know each other too much. It's
yeah.
for real.
Nah, that's cool, though. That's cool. So, all right, during the marriage, what was one of the most difficult things to deal with during the marriage? What would you say?
Honestly, the arguing and stuff was kind of irritating.
Yeah.
I don't like I'm the type of person, I don't really like confrontation. And it was just little stupid stuff most of the time when we did have those moments.
And there's no escaping from it. You got to come back to that.
I mean, I'm not saying it was happening all the time or anything like that, but that for me is frustrating in any relationship, friendship, whatever. I do not like confrontation.
Yeah.
If we do it, let's, talk about it, be normal about it, and just leave it behind.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that type of person.
Yeah, and when y'all into it, it's just like no real escaping from the shit. It's like, all right, I got to come home and go see him after work. I got to do all of that.
Right.
But I mean, is that because now you leveled up as far as your career and everything? Do you think that's the motivation from when back? Do you ever think? Because I think like this, like, when people like do me like that, I think like, all right, that's my person now to prove, or my enemy now to get.
Honestly, I don't think that's fully it.
Yeah.
The first thing that caused me to push the way I do, honestly, is having my first son.
Yeah.
Like I was pregnant my senior year of college. And once I had him, like I started to see, things aren't right in my life. And of course, he was only like 2 when I got married. So, I'm going through all of that at the same time. He was my push.
Yeah.
For real. Cause like I had my degree in psychology. It wasn't going anywhere. Like I couldn't find a job that would pay me worth a damn.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, Brittany, go do something else. And I was working in the call center. I went to HR for something. I don't remember what it was, but they sucked.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to do something else.
Yeah.
And I was like, HR sounds kind of interesting. So I ended up enrolling in the MBA program.
Yeah.
And concentrating in HR. And like that's been my thing for the past 8 years. I love it.
Yeah.
But I do IT now though for it.
You do IT?
Yeah, but like I've been
within HR.
Yeah, I've been a manager and all that within HR, and it was cool. But IT is nice.
So you got experience in that. But no, I mean, all right. My thing always when it comes to like relationships and bonding is like in today's time, I think that shit hopeless. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's like I was telling a person that I deal with, or that I've dealt with in the past, not currently deal with, I'm like, right now, it's like it was a shift somewhere because early on, she exhibited so much like feminine, I guess, energy, but now it's like, it's so much ego. It's so much, I spoke to her, we were just having a conversation, I said, so much ego in you. It's so much like male because I feel like the male, we are driven by ego. You know what I mean? So I feel like now it's a desire to be overly right. It's a desire to be like, that's what I'm getting from a lot of women that I deal with. Maybe it's just me though. Maybe I picked the wrong one.
I wouldn't say that, honestly. Like for me, I mean, I know I have gotten that way where I'm harder. I told you I'm not as soft as I used to be. And honestly, I feel like it's because of the things that I've experienced. Yeah. Not just from men in general, but just life. Like people go through so much that I think a lot of people are at that breaking point where they're like, I'm not finna deal with no bullshit.
Yeah. What's one of the things that you can think of, like the source of like that masculine that's been developing in you?
It's mostly from my experiences with men. Mostly, I'm not gonna lie, because my relationships, have been something else lately. Yeah.
Anything like that stands out though?
Honestly, in a relationship, I need somebody that's communicative. Whatever it's related to, like really communicate with me. Let me know what's up with you, whatever, and let me decide how I want to deal with you. Right. People don't do that these days. They be with the bullshit, and then you end up finding out some shit, and you just be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Yeah. If I ended up finding out they had 3-4 girlfriends or some shit like that. Yeah. Now I just be trying to figure out. I always want to know what women like. When I see it, it's like, what happened? You know, what's the thing that happened? What is the thing that made you end up, deciding to be the way you are
I'm
now?
Honestly just tired. There's no mom and pops kind of love, which that kind of love probably back then, they probably dealt with the same shit that we dealt with, but they don't speak on it like we do. Yeah. So you don't know what they were going through for real. Yeah.
I think most relationships require, or most bonds, most couples, it requires somebody at some moment to be the sacrificial lamb, or to maybe have less than in a deal or whatever. And a lot of people don't want to admit that. Everybody got this idea of equality and equal and together. Right. But the reality is, it's about compromise. All right, am I going to take the short end of the stick this time? Right. Or are you going to take it this time? Like, and how often we going to do it? And people have this idea that it's, oh no, we both can be equal and together in this moment. That's just not a reality.
No. Sometimes you gotta, like you said, somebody might be the 70, somebody might be the 30. You're like, whatever it might be. Yeah. It's like, it's a happy, you got finding that happy balance that works for y'all, for real.
What do you think it is though? You think it's social media? I know we always blame social media.
I do feel like that's part of it. Yeah. Like, I think now at this point, like all the stuff I've experienced, even if I were in a relationship with somebody, I probably wouldn't even post it or nothing. Yeah. Not unless like we get engaged, and probably not even then. Maybe when we get married. Because, I mean, I think just in society as a whole, we got this, I don't know, these ideals that just ain't real no more. Yeah. Like you looking for the perfect person, and they don't exist. Like everybody has some kind of flaw. Yeah. It's just what you're willing to accept.
Yeah, nah, for sure. So in your marriage, did you ever cheat?
No. I've never been a cheater.
Never?
No, if I'm in a relationship for real, I'm loyal. To a fault, probably.
Somebody gonna see this and be like, she lying through her damn teeth.
I'm dead serious. I've never cheated in a relationship. But if I was not in a relationship, like title, all that, I mean, I'm single.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. Did he ever cheat?
Not that I know of. That you know of. I mean, I had thoughts, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, reason I ask is because I think that most marriages, most marriages that I've seen, like most of the people, there's only one guy that I know that will not cheat on his wife, I think. Yeah. And I'm not going to even say no names right now because everybody going to be like, oh, you know him, he married. But there's only one guy that I know that will not cheat on his wife.
One guy of all the guys you know, because I know you know a lot of guys.
I know a lot of married guys. And it's only one guy that I know that will not cheat on his wife. Yep. And even in moments where women might be being a little extra with him or something, I'll look at him, I'll like, and he know anyway, he won't do it, but I hold him accountable. I say, hey, bro, like, listen.
Gotta chill out.
Yeah, don't do that shit. Yeah. So, yeah. No, it's tough, though.
It is.
It's tough. So, would you ever consider getting back with your ex-husband?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Why is that?
Just the experience that I had, plus
you say absolutely not. No, shit.
No, like I mean, not just the whole, whatever happened within the marriage, but like the after effect. Like I ended up paying for the divorce. Like during the marriage, we got this car, and I, of course, co-signed it. We were married, so I co-signed it. Our divorce paper said, he's the one supposed to pay for it, blah, 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 blah. But because I co-signed on it, I end up having to take the short end of the stick on it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not keeping up with his payments, whatever. I'm like, okay, let me get the car. Let me get it. I'll take over the payments, whatever. No. Oh, okay. Then it gets repoed. Guess who's responsible for it now?
You.
They come garnishing my wages because you can't take care of your responsibility because you not a man of your word.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Do you start, like, because I find in these marriages, so are y'all good now, right?
We don't talk.
Y'all don't talk at all?
No.
Oh,
I just be getting random calls from, like, different county, like, court systems looking for him. And I'm like, this is not his wife. This is not his number.
Yeah.
Go find him.
Gotcha.
And I'll send the messages or whatever that they send me, and he'll never respond, which I don't care. That's not my business.
Yeah.
But at least tell them, don't call me. I don't got nothing to do with you.
Did you and him, y'all had any kids together?
No.
Baby? Oh, okay. So you lucked out then, huh? I thought you got 2 boys? Yes. 2 boys, okay.
They're both by my...
Okay, good by you. Oh, shit. Well, hell, you all right. At least you didn't get a kid by him.
Amen.
Because that would have been tough. That would have been a rough one there.
Yeah.
So y'all don't even speak anymore. Is that not awkward going from, like, being married to no longer speaking?
No.
Yeah, you just happy to be out of there and get out. I feel that. I was holding back. I'm thinking you got a kid by him. We can talk some shit about him.
No. No.
I'm holding back. I'm thinking, the mom and dad. But no, okay. So, right. Okay. Now you look back on all of that. If you had anything that you could say that you would change, would you change anything?
I would get to know him better, for sure. Didn't have a real wedding.
Yeah.
Probably would have had a real wedding had we, gotten to know each other and really, gone through all that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I might eventually decide to get married again, but it's gonna take a lot.
Yeah. You want to though?
I would like to. For real, I'm a hopeless romantic living in a world where that does not really exist anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. No, so okay, if you think about it, you look back at all the situations that happened up until that point. What do you think outside of the kid? What was like one of the moments where you was just like? Because I know we spoke off camera and everything. You said that pretty much once you seen the kid, that was like all right, But that situation is something that you could talk about.
Yeah,
it ain't grounds for just like Xing them off.
No, it's the way that it was handled for me.
Yeah,
like. We were having a conversation. Like I said, I was like, don't call me stepmom. Get the test first, blah, 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 blah. And it goes into like he was at work or something. I can't remember. I think he was at work that night whenever, we started talking about it. I was at home with my son. And like, we're talking about it. And he's like, you know what? You're the worst person I ever met. I don't want my daughter to ever be around you, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So me and my son, we're going to leave.
Yeah.
And I'll be back on Monday to get my furniture. I'll bring my uncles with me so they can get my stuff. And if you want to try me, it is what it is.
Yeah. You think he would have tried you?
No.
I was never none of that.
Look, I wish somebody would put their hands on me because it's not going to work out. I've never I've never had anybody put their hands on me. Yeah. And if anybody ever does, it's not going to work out. That's all I'm going to say.
No, for sure. 100%. 100%. Rightfully so, too. Okay. So you just had the one baby then. Mm-hmm. So you went back to baby dad and had another baby.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking
about. We both
about.
were married
baby
and
dad
divorced.
Is for the win.
Really? No. See, that's the thing. Like me and my baby daddy were never in a relationship until after we've both been married and divorced. Like we were just,
just friends up until that point. And just ended up having a kid and then coming back, and now y'all in a relationship and y'all hanging out. Was it better than that second go round?
Yeah. I mean, we were actually in a relationship, like, really working towards something. Just, like I said, things don't work out.
I don't know. Hey, now. Hey.
No.
It might, though.
No,
you know what I mean?
That's my friend.
Yeah, but that's how it started. We started out as close friends.
We've been friends forever.
Yeah, I know.
No.
You need somebody who know you like that. I think
but not in a relationship, not necessarily.
Maybe at times, because when you look at a person, right, and you see them, you see, like, it's like how they're gonna react. The buttons to press. When to ease off and all of that. That's the most powerful thing in any relationship that you can ever have. You might listen. Hey, I'm a matchmaker T.
We're not matching here. No, I just think like for real with him, with anybody that I've been with, I've just learned more about myself and what I'm willing to allow and what I don't want.
Yeah.
And I just try to push to get what I want. If I don't get it,
What
I
if he
won't.
changed it though? What if it was things he fixed?
I don't know that would work at this
work.
point. It's
Yeah,
been
I got you.
years.
I
Like
got
we don't even look at each other like that anymore.
I got you. I'm pretty sure he still look at you like that.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure he still look at you like that. But okay, so if you can give any advice to someone else outside of this, like myself, somebody who's never been married, who's not really considering it for real, like what advice would you give me? Just stay away from that shit.
I honestly, like for real, I would just say take your time with whoever that you do decide that you might want to go there with. Yeah. Like really take your time, get to know them, get to know what y'all's triggers are, what how y'all mesh. Will y'all really work together? Yeah, and kind of just take it slow.
Yeah. Shit, you went through a lot with him.
Yeah.
Do you regret the moments in your life?
I don't regret
this time
anything.
I never got back.
I don't regret anything because I feel like everything that I've experienced has made me the strong woman that I am today, for real. I mean, there are things that I wish never happened, but I can't do anything about it at this point. I
for sure want to erase some of these motherfuckers out of my life.
Hello?
Like some of these motherfuckers in my past, like, I wish I just never met that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. No, I don't know. This shit is, it ain't as difficult for me as at first. Yeah. I'm kind of getting through it now. I'm understanding how this shit go. With people and everything like that. I'm understanding how it go. Oh, let me ask you this. So when you did come back to get your stuff, was he there?
Of course.
Yeah. What your uncle's name was there too?
Yeah, I told you that my uncle then was. Yeah.
It was pleasant.
Yeah, I went and got all my furniture, and I went back to my mama's house.
You took the furniture from him?
I did. I took everything. Yeah. I paid for the divorce.
Did you ever see him after that day? Or you had to see him during the divorce proceedings and everything? No, you never seen him? Gotcha.
I didn't have to.
You don't occasionally just go look at his social media and shit like that to see like what's going on? See if he's suffering or not?
I don't really care. Every now and then I'll see like he might have looked at my story or something, but no, I don't care.
I be wanting to see if somebody suffered. Oh, back then you say you want you to lose weight. Were you bigger then at the moment when y'all was together?
Yeah.
Also, he really like now seeing that you actually lost weight and done all of that, he probably think like, damn, if I had just waited.
Probably don't care.
I think he care. Most men care. You was married to him, y'all shared a bond with each other. But like, he probably looking like, damn, if I had waited a little longer, I would have got all the things that I needed, or that I wanted out of, or been a little bit more patient. I'm pretty sure. You might get a call from him after.
No. And I think I was too young too.
How old were you?
About 24 maybe.
Yeah.
I was younger. So
Oh, okay. So this has been a while then.
Oh yeah. Like 2012 is when I got married.
Gotcha.
So it's been quite a while.
Yeah. So 2012, shit. I mean, I don't know. I think I appreciate marriage or what it is and what it stands for. I just don't know if it's for me at times. I flirt with the idea. I would love to have the stability in my life.
Right. And it's nice to have that. Like when you have somebody that's willing to work with you and y'all compromise and like really, really do what y'all need to do together, like become a power couple, become a team. Like I would love to have that. But
so when shit was hard, you never thought about like, let me cheat on him?
No.
Never?
No.
Why?
I'm not I'm not a cheater.
Okay.
Like for real, if I'm in a relationship, like that's my shit. That's my jam.
Sometimes cheating may be essential in certain situations.
I don't know. I ain't had to go there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying. I cheat a little bit maybe in these situations. Like,
I cheat a little bit.
Just if you not at least look, like, because sometimes, there's levels of cheating. I ain't saying I'm going to be out fucking or nothing, but like, you're not giving me the attention. I mean, that's how this shit end most times anyway. Motherfuckers just not giving the attention and shit like that.
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I'm just still trying to crack the code to this life shit. I think we all are. I don't know if we ever will.
I don't think we will because it's getting harder and harder.
I think it's a matter of like, instead of looking outward, look inward and start trying to crack the code of yourself. And that's what I'm going through right now.
Right.
It's big changes going on in my life personally, myself, that I'm, dealing with up until this point. And I'm going to talk about them as they develop on the show, so people watching be on the lookout for them type of things. But there's things going on in my life right now that I'm just changing, and I'm just taking the time to look inward. I'm tired of blaming this one and blaming that one.
Right. You have to do that though. Like being able to take accountability for your own shit and owning it, like that matters.
Yeah. And even more so, just take accountability for myself. Like, just take accountability for me as a person. Like,
I even am working on it. Like, trying to, because like I said, I've been through a lot of shit that like I don't speak on. Like, I really have to sit there and be like, well, you were a part of it too.
yeah.
So, like, you have to own where you were at that moment dealing with that thing and just keep moving forward.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking about, in this 2-year span. So when did it turn bad when y'all moved in with each other?
When we moved in with each other, that's when it wasn't like in the very, very beginning, but it didn't take long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I said, it was only 2 years. So,
Yeah.
And then, like, I think for me, I had a kid already. Like, it's hard to have somebody either like yell at your kid or try to discipline your kid, whatever, that isn't their other parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What can a man do in that moment then,
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. That's one of the hard moments.
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this person, trying to deal with my kid. I mean, he didn't ever do anything, wrong to my kid, but still, like, don't yell at him. Don't, whatever. It don't feel right.
So it would be okay for you to yell, but just not him, though. I mean, no. That's listen. I'm hearing you.
It don't feel right.
I think it's just a matter of trusting. If you, I think. Well, do you feel like if you trusted him a little more, would you be able to?
Probably, but like I said, we didn't take enough time to get to know each other like we should have either. So.
It's hard for you to say that.
Yeah.
Any men now that you would be like, all right, that would be because I see motherfuckers looking for stepdaddies out here. Like, oh, that might be
no. I mean, I date, but I don't see myself with anybody right now.
Yeah. See, and that's the hard part. That's why you should just go ahead and get back with your baby daddy. I'm just telling you what it is. You gotta go ahead and get back with him. Reason being, because you don't see anybody. Well, your baby's kind of older now anyway.
Right. They're 6 and 12. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, for real, I'm just getting to know myself in a way that I never have. Like, this is my first time ever being alone. They don't live with me, anything.
Yeah.
I'm literally at a place. I'm 36 years old. And I'm just now, for the first time in my life, since August of last year, living alone, like completely alone, and like really getting to know myself, my likes, my dislikes, and all that. Like, I've always been with mom and dad, or a baby daddy, or a husband, or roommates.
Yeah.
I've never been alone.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I'm finding myself and getting to know myself like I never have before.
Yeah. Tell me more about that. Is it more transformative? Like, tell me about that experience.
Yeah.
Because I feel what you're saying. Because a lot of people don't. I'll walk in and it's lonely though sometimes. And when that silence speaks volumes. You learn a lot about yourself.
Right. In that silence, that's where you really start to sit and like have retrospective moments where you're like, man, I've been through this, and this. How can I make things better for myself? Like, you really think about all that.
But you know what started happening? That motherfucker creep up on you. And by that motherfucker, I mean... I don't know what his name is. A lot of people call him a different name. I don't even know if it's a he or a she. Probably a she. But they creep up on you and they get to telling you, oh, you're not doing enough. Oh, this ain't happening. That ain't happening. That's what happens in the silence. Right. That's why it's so crazy.
Right. You have those moments of depression. You have those moments of, like you said, I'm not doing enough. Like, what can I do more? Like, it's a lot. You be in your head a lot when you're alone.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of sometimes translates into my relationships with other people. Because like, I don't like being bothered a lot now. Like, I love human interaction, but at the same time, like, I've gotten so used to being by myself that people drain me.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think it's a lot of things that happen in the moments of silence. It's a lot that happen, but the main two, it all boils down to either two halves. It's the half that that creeps in on you and tells you, oh, you're not doing enough. Oh, you could do better. Oh, you should feel this or you should feel that. But it's that other half that's like almost bliss that tells you we are having a great time alone with each other and continue to enjoy yourself. And I think both of them are necessary. It's yin and yang. It's good and bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, for real too, even in those alone moments, those silent moments, I've even had moments where like I sit down and journal or whatever, just to sit down with my thoughts. Like, this is where you're at. Where do you want to go?
Yeah.
What have you already accomplished? All that. So it's just, you're right. It's a two-edged sword.
Yeah. So, but people have to understand, you have to be clear of mind. You can't sit there. You can't drink. You can't smoke or at least not me. You know, because you can't do anything mind altering. You know, when you're alone, you have to be alone. Don't be alone with smoking. Don't be alone with drinking. I love all of those things, by the way. But it's just when you alone in the moments, you can't do both of them because sometimes them things that inhibit your mind, it'll make you steer closer to one side, be it the good or bad. But you don't want to be on the good or bad. I'm gonna call them good and bad. You don't want to be on either half.
Right.
You want to straddle the fence with both of those.
Gotta have a happy balance.
Exactly. And that's the way you end up, you know, having your breakthrough. You know. I don't know. I think you gotta tell more of your story, you know, as far as in your life. You know, you gotta tell more of it. I think it'll help people out as you continue to do it. That's why I always tell you, you know, you're more than welcome to come on the show.
For sure. I'm always willing to, if, you know, like I told you, our schedules be a little funky.
Oh, yeah. You got your business and everything. How's that going, too? Let's talk about that.
It's going. I mean, I don't feel like I've been pushing it as hard as I could, but at the same time, I'm trying not to beat myself up right now because, like, for real, I work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I do my IT. I do my IT work. I do social media. I do my makeup artistry, and I'm a mom. Like, I'm a busy woman.
Yep.
And I gotta I'm trying to tell myself it's okay. Give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted right now.
Yeah, it's okay to chill too. It's okay to chill. We got this mentality, and I don't know if this may be the American thing, but it's go, do. You know, it's tiresome.
I need a minute. Like, for real, I've been thinking about, like, just for real, taking some kind of trip, unplugging everything at some point. Sometime this summer or something. Like, I need a moment.
Yeah. The next 2 years is probably about to be the most difficult time for me personally because I will have my mother. I'm bringing my mother here with me. I'm moving her to Middle Tennessee with me. She has Alzheimer's. You know, I'm moving her here with me. I'm planning to go back and get my MBA. Oh. You know, I'm not planning. I'm going to go back and do it.
You got it.
And I have, you know, I finally got, you know, I got my job that I'm doing now, the self-employed shit. But I found another position that's still 1099, still self-employed that I could do. So basically, I have 2 additional jobs as well, and I still be a father, and I still have a podcast. So when you watching this damn podcast and you see me consistently putting this stuff out, you know, not just I won't say for the people, it's for me too. You know, I thoroughly enjoy doing this. It's therapeutic. Like, you know, this is probably my happy space sitting down in this chair, being able to talk. So when people see me doing this, just know from front to back, because I don't really have SCO no more. Well, I don't have SCO anymore, or I don't have Cove or anybody that's helping me with the show. So the, you know, conceptualization of it's the everything from start to finish is me. You know, it's the thought, the act, you know, and all of the things that go under the thought, because it's a lot of things that go under the planning. It's a lot of things that go under the action. Even something as simple as just setting the cameras up and doing all of that, all the way to the editing process, all the way to the marketing process, so on and so forth. You know, I just had a guy on who's doing 28 years in prison. I don't know if you've seen that. He's doing 28 years in federal prison for basically less than an ounce of cocaine.
What?
Yeah, it was his first offense too.
28 years.
Mm-hmm. But how powerful the platform is, I ended up reaching out to a lady who was from that area where he ended up getting getting sentenced and getting called and getting his charges and all that. She reached out and she said she wanted to talk to his family. So, you know, hey, if I free him, they need to give me a fucking holiday if I get
right.
Hey, that's major though, right? I gave him the platform. He was appreciative, you know, of it.
That's what's up. That's what it's about. Like, for real, helping people and trying to just make things better.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. So the business, we was talking about your business. You said it's going right now. Anything you want to like put out there that you got coming up?
Oh, no. I don't really have anything new coming.
Yeah,
you know, just doing
faces.
Yep. Got some weddings booked and, you know, coming up with these prom babies.
Yeah.
Book girls.
Yeah.
It's just pretty much the same thing I've been doing.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Continue to do it. We're gonna both keep grinding. We're gonna look back and be like, oh shit. Damn.
Right. When that makeup line come out.
For sure.
When it's all up there.
Keep on manifesting. I appreciate you coming on the show like always.
Not a problem at all.
Again, I appreciate you. If y'all watching up until this point, make sure you go like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go get the merch. Telling y'all, go get the merch. But if you don't want to do that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time.